Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Petty Revenge Reddit video. In our first story, never upset the billing department. Let's jump right in. I was a part of this, though it was not my revenge. Many years ago, my husband had a specific nationwide internet provider. Think Yahoo before Yahoo existed. About 3 years later, he is at a sporting event and he wins a free year of service from this company. He is excited because he can keep his screen name, etc. He spent a lot of time online, and this was when dial-up was the only thing available. At the end of the year, he contacts them to give them updated payment info. The billing department was apparently not getting along with the marketing department, so the billing department told him not to worry about it until they contacted him. Every year or so after that, he would try to give them payment information. We had free internet for 7 years or so because of this. Every time we would contact billing, they would laugh, look at the notes on the account, and tell us not to worry about it. After all, it was being charged to the marketing department and didn't count against billing in any way. That lasted until the VP of marketing realized that it was her name on the approvals for our many years of free service. Apparently, marketing finally did an audit of all the books and realized what had been happening. It seems billing did this to a lot of people that got the free year of service at the same time we got it. Marketing then kept calling us to get us to pay for all the years of free service. Our lawyer and the billing department agreed we didn't have to pay them back for anything. The billing department also told us to just not talk to marketing, so we didn't. It took them 2 more years to get their stuff figured out, and throughout those 2 years, we still had free internet. Story number 2. They asked if I saw a phone laying in the street. I moved here a few months ago. On one side, my neighbor is a cool little old man on the corner of the block. On the other side is a family with at least one kid in their late teens, maybe early 20s. At least past high school because school is back in session and I see them around on weekdays. Could be more than one, but there are quite a few that age who come and go, and I don't know them. They live in a massive McMansion and have several cars between them. The rest of the block are houses built in the 1950s or so. Not bad homes at all, but nothing huge. It's not a busy street, zero traffic, and the houses are spaced pretty far apart. The neighbors' teens were walking through my backyard and the old man's backyard to get to the street around the corner, sometimes at night. We have 2 young kids who go to bed around 8:30, and the youngest has issues that severely affects her sleep, causing her to be up all night at times. Sometimes they were woken up by the neighbors' teens walking through at like 11 p.m., talking, laughing, or playing music on their phones. Part of the reason we chose this house is how quiet and spacey the neighborhood is. After a couple of weeks of this, it happened 4 or 5 times, I went to talk to the neighbors. The dad answered the door. I say something like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Sfurfnil, I live over here." He just says, "What do you need?" So I told him I have 2 kids who go to bed early and his kids wake them up when they walk through the yard. He said he would tell them to quiet down. I said, "No, they're coming through my yard in the middle of the night. They should stay out of my yard." He said, "Only at night?" with a smug look on his face. His expression and tone really pissed me off. So I said, "I mean flipping ever." He made a "huh" noise and shut the door, so I walked back home. A few days go by and I hear the teens one evening around dusk, 4 of them, heading to their house. I go outside and ask, "Is this your yard?" They didn't say anything, kept walking and started laughing. A couple hours later, my wife was in the kitchen and sees a couple of them in the old man's yard, close to our yard, with a flashlight pointed at the ground. We watch them for a few minutes, and when they come into our yard, I go out back with my flashlight, shine it at them and said, "I'm about to call the cops." They ran back to their house. The next morning, I was mowing my yard and found what they were looking for, an iPhone. It looked new, but had no power. I pocket it and keep mowing. Around noon, my bell rings. It's the mom. The dad was standing at the end of my driveway. I guess he didn't want to talk to me. Hey, my daughter lost her phone while she was out walking last night. Have you seen it around, like in the street or anything? Nope, haven't seen any phones in the street. Have you seen one anywhere else? Can't say I have, but if I find one in the street, I'll let you know. I can see the gears in her brain working. She doesn't look happy. By the way, I talked to your husband a few days ago about your kids in my yard. They didn't listen, so if it happens again, I'll call the police. Are you serious? They're waking up my kids and this is private property. I am very serious. She makes the same huh noise her husband did, walks off the porch and back to him. I guess she told him what I said because he made angry noises that I couldn't understand from the porch. They walked away and I go back inside. I know some newer phones have tracking, so a little later when I was running errands, I dropped it in a trash can in a gas station bathroom. If they tracked it, maybe they went and dug it out. Good luck to them. It was one of those 50-gallon cans and full of who knows what, and I dropped it down the side so it would slide to the bottom. They haven't been back in my yard since. Story number 3. I control the internet. I work at a cafe in a major city in the USA. We're not listed as an internet cafe. It's completely expected that one comes in, purchases something, and then proceeds to use the internet. Technically, free Wi-Fi isn't free if you have to purchase something, so we're honest about it. Google Maps shows paid Wi-Fi and our website explains it. Here's the revenge. The Wi-Fi went out during a very busy day. Mostly everyone I am dealing with are regular customers and they were all very understanding. The person who was not understanding I will call Kay. Now, Kay had been sitting inside the cafe for 3 hours without actually patronizing the business, yet the moment the Wi-Fi went out, she was furious. I've never personally seen her before and I'm there almost every day. Once I announced the Wi-Fi was down and I was working on the issue, she came right up to me and demanded to watch me try to fix it. While she watched me, she was being generally insulting and insinuating it was being done to her, personally, on purpose. It wasn't. This continued for the next 20 minutes. Generally, I let most things slide. Not today, Satan. I was not even supposed to be there working behind the counter. I'm covering that day for someone else. Also, I'm the manager. I run the internet here. Also, I specifically bought a router where I can limit or deny access to any device I choose. Most people name their computers and it's pretty easy to guess who is who, especially if you're the only one using like a Lenovo laptop. Once I had fixed the problem and the internet was back, I guessed which one was her MAC address and then permanently blocked her computer from our network. And of course, she freaked. I, though, am an idiot base level employee though. What do I know? Definitely nothing about computers. The end. This is John from /Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, then subscribe and hit that notifications bell. I'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.